The devil is busy. The devil is busy. It's because of what Donald Trump did with that motherfucking Jeffrey Epstein that the damn technology won't work. And so the entire fucking slideshow, all these great embedded videos will not be fucking seen. Fucking not gonna happen tonight.
Child, they're trying to silence us, okay? They're just trying to keep us quiet
Well,
because they don't want us
StreamYard
to
did
talk
an
about their
update,
lessons.
and StreamYard, fuck you and your update. Like, because I don't know how to work this shit. Fucking don't know how
We're
to
still
work
getting it together, y'all. So bear with us.
It's done. It's nothing we can do. It's not gonna fucking work. So we're just gonna talk about the shit and keep it moving. And you will join us in the conversation in the chat to keep the show moving. To keep the show moving. Tiffany had a great clip that I added in the midnight hour. In the midnight hour, it took 5 minutes to get it up there, but I did.
Did he freeze?
Yeah, he froze, child. Hey, you guys. How's everyone doing?
Listen, it's one of those days, okay? Maybe is it a full moon? Because it's something right. But
Child,
yeah,
is
no,
this
I had a good
Wednesday
video
today?
because I've been in them spaces. I was in those spaces today with those MAGA folks, and I was definitely, you know, not showing my face. I was anonymous in there, but it was very interesting. You good, Zach?
My internet is going out. My
Is it right?
internet is going out. No, it went out yesterday for the whole day. And so today they came to service the internet and it's been kind of acting weird, nonstop. And so I'm like, shit. I'll be in New York tomorrow and shit. So it's no point in them coming back because they didn't have do a job. You have do your job, Comcast. Fuck you too.
Fuck you, everybody, man. All right. So yeah, so the Epstein people are very upset about everything that's going on. I was in a space today and they were big mad because they feel betrayed by Donald Trump. And one of the people that was in there that's in the video says that if Donald Trump has a rally, he may just be booed. And I found that very, very interesting. And I was like, you know what, these people are all conspiracy theorists, right? These MAGA people, they live on conspiracy theories. So they are turning their conspiracy theories that they have on all the rest of the stuff, and they're putting that on Donald Trump. They are now thinking that all of this stuff is concocted and all done to prevent people from seeing Donald Trump's name and other people that are associated with Donald Trump's information that's on these lists. So they are very upset about it. I mean, these people were screaming, hooping, and hollering. That space that I was in, that space, I want to say that space started at like 1 o'clock and it was on until about 8:30. So these people were in there for hours. That guy, listen, all of it is a grift because they know that that dude has a lot of followers. I don't forget his name, but he has a lot of followers. And but these people were coming in and out. Thomas Massey joined. Like it was a lot of people just coming in there. And these are diehard MAGA people. These are not like never Trumper kind of people. These are people that actually believe cultists who are saying that they feel betrayed because these people are a lot of them are QAnon, and that was kind of their whole thing. They were about that pedophilia rings and all this other stuff, and they're very upset with him. And you know who they're mostly upset with? With Pam Bondi, because they don't like her ass. They can't stand her because they feel like she is part of the problem. They're trying to protect Dan Bongino, saying, he's not an issue, but they're all an issue. JD Vance, Bongino, Pam Bondi, Pash Patel, all these people know that that either there is a foul or there is not a foul. No one really knows. But and then people were saying like on our side, no, they or who was it? Megan, whatever her name is,
Megan, which one?
McCain, Megan
Oh,
McCain.
child, she's not on our side.
So I mean, not on, I know, but we people on our side were like, listen, we don't care about these files. If Bill Clinton is on that shit, we want his ass prosecuted too.
Yeah, so we are the party of accountability. Okay, we're accountability buddies. We hold each other accountable. We're probably our best friend and our own worst enemy at the same damn time. That's what's happening on the Democratic side. But To MAGA's, defense, do you really blame them? I mean, all the
No.
lies and all the, conflicting reports from the Trump administration, particularly the DOJ, all of it seems fishy to me. And y'all see my video, I had my tin hat on because my tin hat was tingling. Okay, something wasn't clean in the buttermilk with all of this shit that was coming out with the Trump administration. With all the things that happened, if you just go back from the beginning, he died in 2019, or he was found unalived in 2019 under the Trump administration when he was in a federal prison that was, operated through the Department of Justice under his administration. And I don't know if anybody read the article from Wired. They said they ran forensic data on the quote unquote raw video, 11 hours of raw video, and apparently it had been manipulated and it was processed using Adobe Premiere. So there was no raw imaging. Something's off. So
Yeah, there's
them saying that this is raw footage.
2 minutes and 53 seconds missing out of the video based on, I guess, whatever technology these people have that they figured out that there is a chunk of the video that is missing.
And then
I don't know how they did that.
they splice two videos together. They don't necessarily
Right.
know from what time and date, but all this happened literally a different date that they actually found the man, unalive.
Wow.
The crazy thing about it is he was put on like suicide watch beforehand, and he was only on suicide watch for 10 days, which is weird. And then a month later, he's gone. Does that not seem fishy to anybody?
It seems very fishy, if you ask
It
me.
just
The whole
it's
thing
just
is fishy.
weird.
Yeah, no, the whole thing is fishy, and it just seems like, and I don't blame them for thinking it's a cover up because it's, first of all, Trump ran on this, right? I mean, he was talking
Mhm.
about this during the campaign. He was going to release the files. Where's the files? Like, you can't just, and then you have these people like Theo Vaughn. I hate him. I don't like him. I don't hate him, but I don't like him. He's a fool. But JD Vance was just on his show and he was talking about the files being released. So where did y'all walk this? Where was it decided that you were going to walk this back, or did these files just never exist? Because remember they did the whole like
They said it was
binder
on his
thing.
desk.
Yeah, they had the whole binder show that they did at the White House, and they had all these people that were, these influencers there, and they didn't give them anything. They just gave them a binder with a bunch of paper, and it was the same crap that Biden had given before, which didn't really, which was a whole bunch of redacted stuff, which is fine. Like that, I mean, honestly, the
It's not
files,
fine. It is not
no,
fine.
yeah, it's not fine. But here's my thing. It, if there was nothing really, did they just make up this whole thing, or is
They
there
could have.
really, like, because I don't believe that the Biden DOJ, if there was really truly a list, do you
They
think the
would have
Biden
released it.
DOJ, they would have released it? I believe they would have released it.
But it's just the same thing with Hillary Clinton and Comet Pizza and the sex trafficking ring that
Right.
was being held, to where somebody crazy, some MAGA person showed up to Comet Pizza with a pew pew saying, "Where the children at? Release the children," this, that, and the other. I know you got them in the basement. Just
Exactly.
crazy. But it's the same thing with the whole Hunter Biden thing. Like, they thought that, Joe Biden and Hunter Biden, they're trying to extort money, this, that, and the other. So it's like, y'all never prove y'all case. Y'all just never do. They waste our time, and it's always projection. It's always something that Republicans are doing that they want to project on Democrats to try to gaslight, to try to absolve themselves and make and plead that they're innocent when they know damn well their ass is in bed with all the shit. There's only one damn party right now that tried to block that amendment that would have allowed. I think Rokon introduced it.
So
Rokon
Connor, yeah.
introduced it, amendment that would allow them to say, hey, they're requiring within 30 days of the bill being signed into law that the Department of Justice would have to release the Epstein files. And every Republican but one voted, against releasing the files. So it's just very strange.
Who was the one Republican that didn't vote for it? I wasn't even paying attention yesterday.
It was, damn,
Matthew?
what? No. Wait, it was, what the fuck is his name? I just forgot his damn name. Give me a sec. I got it.
Yeah, I knew about the vote. I saw they were taking the vote. Of course, Rokan's all over my goddamn timeline because he always is. And I knew they were gonna do this, and I was like, okay. And I saw today that, in oversight committee they were talking about it too. So I mean, this is a hot topic.
It
It
was
is what it
Norman
is.
from South Carolina.
Oh, interesting. That's weird.
It's very weird because he's mad fucking conservative. Like, I was looking up his voting
Right.
record, And he was actually rated the number one conservative, the most conservative in the House of Representatives in 2022. And also, he has like a 98% heritage rating.
Hmm.
And it's weird. The same people who wrote Project 2025 gave him a 98% score. And that's some
Very
shit.
interesting.
Yeah, so when you got somebody like Norman not on your damn side, it's a problem, okay? If he's saying I can't vote for this shit, I'm not with this shit, I believe y'all need to release the Epstein's list, and that means y'all in some deep doo.
But and then I saw Marjorie Taylor Greene with her crazy self. I saw this. I swear, I hate going on my timeline on Twitter because I see the most annoying tweets. But she's like, I don't speak for anyone, and the only person that I'm accountable to is God, and blah 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 blah. I'm like, girl, you look, them, you know, the MAGA people are pissed at you because you are QAnon, and you were the one of the people preaching about all this stuff, and now you look stupid because you voted against that amendment thing, whatever it was yesterday. So these people are all hypocrites. Every last one of them are hypocrites.
Especially Charlie Kirk, he just skirted and all of a sudden just
Oh my
went back on
God.
his word after what was it, a call from the administration saying, "Oh well, this isn't really a big deal."
Yeah. Charlie Kirk, I don't really understand what was happening with the with that whole thing because at one point he was telling people it's gonna be okay. Then he like turned his then he said he wanted the files to come out. Then he walked it back again. It's just a lot. Poor Zach.
Not gonna say
Zach
shit.
is just you're just going through it.
I'm done. I'm fucking done. The fucking everything. Fuck. Fuck. The internet's not working. Fuck.
It's okay.
It's
It
the
happens.
goddamn rescissions bill, bitches. It's the goddamn rescission. They done cut my fucking internet funding for the fucking state of Georgia, probably through the damn rescissions bill.
We'll talk about the bill and then we'll expand.
Just fuck the bill. Fuck. America's fucked.
Child,
Ain't no more TV, ain't no more PBS, ain't no more Sesame Street, ain't no more Big Bird, ain't no more Elmo. We're talking about release the Epstein files. Cookie Monster done got ate. It's slimy, got stepped on. Snuffleupagus got his big ass nose pulled off. We're doomed.
well, I love Elmo's world, and child, I was with Elmo until he tweeted them anti-Semitic things after being hacked. We know it wasn't Elmo, child. Elmo would never say those things, and I don't understand how the children are going to learn how to count without Count Chocula. Like, what are we going to do? But honestly, this is
His
just an
name was
attack on
Count
freedom of the
Von
press.
Count Kenny. He was my favorite one because we both have the same kind of nose. So that is not Count Chocula. It was Count Von Count.
Count von
Count.
Count. No, Count. I don't know why I thought he was Count Chocolate Child.
Yeah, that's another cartoon, isn't it?
It's actually cereal. That's my damn
The
funny
cereal.
thing.
Yeah, I knew
It's
it's not.
the Count von Count. But
Yeah,
you know what? I love PBS growing up. Big Bird, Sesame Street. They taught us so many different things, and honestly, they teach us to embrace one another, which I think that
right.
Republicans need to start actually watching more PBS kids because maybe they might learn a few things that we have a lot more in common than what separates us. I mean, that's how you break down prejudice by starting off with the youth, and that's exactly what Sesame Street and PBS Kids did for me.
Yeah, I think it did for all of us. I mean, we all grew up watching it, and think about it, a lot of us didn't have cable back in the day, right? We had to watch the little channels that we had. And
Mhm.
PBS was our like one of our after school things. And even when we were little, when we were home with our parents or the babysitter, that's what they would play all day because there was a ton of good cartoons, that Fraggle Rock and all kinds of stuff. They used to come on PBS, and you had Sesame Street in the morning. Like it was something that kept us, but we also like kept us busy and kept us entertained. But it also was learning. We learned a lot of stuff from from Sesame Street. So it's unfortunate that we are where we are, but I don't think, I mean, for the kids, I just hope that, they're going to cut funding and they're not going to have the resources that they have and it's not only, and let's be clear, PBS has other really good programs, right? Finding Your Roots, all these other programs, they do a lot of historical work. So
Hmm.
it's not just the cartoon piece of it, and it just or these shows for children. It's they're screwing and local broadcasting, and even in Maryland, we have shows that come on that network, debates that come on that network. It's
Exactly.
it's it's really ridiculous. But this is they're cutting it, and they're cutting it for what? What are they cutting it for?
They're cutting it because Donald Trump believes that PBS has been quote unquote implicitly biased against him because they've been actually reporting the news and reporting facts. So this is his attack on freedom of the press. That's all this is. He's also cutting NPR, things like that. And honestly, you mentioned it earlier. What do you think they about to do with all this allocated money from this rescissions bill?
Yeah, I mean, I already said they're going to do what they've been doing is make more camps. They're going to use it for ICE detention, ICE officers, whatever you want to call Gestapo is what I call them. And these people are going to keep rounding people up. And did you see that clip yesterday on Fox News where the guy is like trying to normalize saying Nazi?
Mm.
Did you see that?
No,
It's one of the yeah, it's one of the hosts of I guess that five show where it's like five people on the show, and I forget I don't know his name, but he was like he actually said something to the point of let's normalize this word like black people haven't normalized the N word, and we can and yeah, and so I
I
was
have
like
seen a clip of that, a little bit of it. Not the
I
whole thing
was
because I
like
couldn't finish it.
what the hell is happening? Like we are normalizing this behavior
Prejudice.
and yeah, prejudice for sure. What are we doing? Like, and then people, like, I feel like people are just like, they're oblivious to what is really happening in this country, where you see people are getting rounded up on the street, and it's not just Latinos, it's black folks too. Did you see the story about the black coach that he was with those young kids and they in New York, and he was a baseball coach, and they approached him and the kid. Well, they approached the kids and he saw them, and these kids are all citizens. These are kids in middle school and high school, and he had to protect them. This is what is happening in blue cities around the country. And how do you feel safe with your children out there when knowing that this could happen? And what if you're if even if the kids are citizens and their parents are not, these parents wouldn't be able to go pick them up because now they're in fear. Like this is
Yeah.
horrible. We are living in a insane asylum, it seems like. But
We're living
it's
in
on
Nazi Germany is what we're
bigotry.
living in. We're living in
Yeah,
Nazi
and
Germany.
it's bad. It's bad.
I mean, I was telling, my community, telling the black community, look, this is gonna affect us too. People don't necessarily know, and they're just basically profiling based off of your skin complexion, off of your phenotype. This is what they do. And they don't know the difference between if you're a African descendant of American slaves or if you're Haitian or any of those things. They do not know the difference. They just know that you're not white and they will round you up
Exactly.
and put you in a truck. That's the problem. But the thing that's more scary is like with these camps, like Alligator Alcatraz. Maxwell Frost went down there like 2 days ago to kind of see the conditions and just to check and see how they were treating these people. And what he saw was horrendous. Like what he saw was inhumane activity. He saw that the same place they had like literally 32 people like sandwiched into like one cage and they had like three toilets and where they
Yep.
use the bathroom, piss and do their little things, they have to get their water from. There also have been reports that some of these people had sandwiches with maggots and worms in it. Like they said that they sometimes the AC isn't always working, so they're dealing with extreme weather, like heat conditions, like 82, 90 degrees in there. These are human beings, you guys. This like even if you made wherever you stand on immigration, where's your humanity at? Humanity
It's
first. These
yeah,
people
it's
didn't commit
lacking.
any crime. It's not a crime to come to the United States, at least not a crime to where you deserve to be locked up.
Yeah, and it said that out of the 700 people that were there, I think the Miami Herald did the reporting. A, a quarter of those people have no criminal history. The other quarter, like I want to say one third. One third has no criminal history. One third has criminal history, but it's very low level crimes. And and the other part, I don't even they don't they did have some criminal activity. Like, but that you, like you said, the humanity of it all. Even if you're, even people that are criminals in the United States still they still have to follow the law in
Mhm.
jails. And you can only have but so many people in one cell. You have to have sanitary conditions. You have to give them food. It seems like all of those things no longer apply when it comes to these people that they're rounding up who are, and some of them are citizens. Like one of
That-
the people that were there, I think Maxwell Frost said that somebody was screaming out, "I'm a citizen." So
mhm.
what the hell are we doing? Like it's crazy to me.
I don't know. Like, I honestly don't know what we even do in this moment. Like, if for those who said they want a revolution, child, now's the time if you want to revolt.
Eh,
But at this point, it's just like a lot of this could have easily been, we didn't have to deal with any of this if we had just voted in November. And I'm gonna stand by that.
right.
I'm gonna stand by that because he said he was going to do these things on the campaign trail, and he's keeping his campaign promises, unfortunately. But here's the other thing. All of this is so unnecessary. The way that the Trump administration is going about it. With just immigration reform, we could save so much more money. Like, we could save billions of dollars, and actually, we could actually attack our deficit because but the thing that he doesn't understand is that undocumented immigrants, they pay for Social Security, even though they don't benefit. They pay for a lot of these social programs. They pay taxes, and they don't even get to benefit from any of it.
Nope.
So I am so confused on what he's doing. If he says he wants to attack the deficit, why are you trying to attack some people who actually feed? And here's the thing, in 2023 alone, they fed $96 billion worth of taxes, undocumented immigrant, federal taxes at that, federal and state taxes combined.
Yeah, and then we also, I mean, yeah, that's a significant amount of money. And then you also have the fact that these people are doing jobs that people in America that are American citizens do not want to do. You have people running in the fields scared to go to work because they don't know if ICE is going to show up. Like those are the people that help to put food on our tables, right? They're the ones picking fruit and picking all kinds of stuff and getting paid not even great wages, but they do it. But these folks ain't gonna do that shit. People are
But
not
what
gonna go do that.
But what determines like the value of somebody who, wants to seek citizenship here? Like, why is it that they value people who really ain't really contributed shit to America other than buy a whole bunch of companies and snap their name on it, like Elon, you know, who's, the South African prince of panhandling. My question is, why is it that they put so much stake in somebody like Elon versus somebody who's coming here who honestly believes in the true, promise that is
Right.
America?
Yeah, the thing is, let's be real. This is also about bigotry, right? Because they're fine. They have no issue with white people from Europe coming here. They have an issue with Latinos coming here. They have an issue with Africans coming. They have issues with people from the Caribbean coming here. And why is that? Is because they know that they are, let's be real, they are not having babies like they used to, white folks. And unfortunately for them, people that are Latino and people that are black, they are having children in this country, and this is why they want to take away birthright citizenship. They
Mhm.
don't want those numbers to keep increasing. Those numbers have increased since the 1960s. These are just facts. And they see those numbers and they are very scared of losing control of this country. And this is a way to scale that back. But what the consequences of doing that is not going to work out well. We are seeing prices of food
Well,
go up. We are seeing inflation rise. It is only a matter of time before we are in a true recession. And it is slow, we are slow walking it into that path. We have this man
mhm.
who's putting tariffs and constantly raising tariffs. And we every day you wake up, you don't know what he's gonna do. Last
Exactly.
this week he woke up and said he was gonna do tariffs on all kinds of people. And you're like, okay, how is this gonna work? Like he promised that he was gonna have all these deals, ain't no deals happening. So no one can trust what he says. His poll numbers are tanking, but he doesn't care. He has power until he no longer has power. And he has a Congress that is there and who does whatever he says. So he has absolute control. And the Supreme Court, I was reading articles today in the New York Times. Supreme Court isn't even giving the reason why they're approving some of his cases. They're just
They're
approving
not.
it. They're
They're
just
just,
approving it.
oh,
And we
that's
warn
what's
people.
concerning me about the whole, the federal court, the federal lower courts, Delaware, I think it was, no, it was New Hampshire, that blocked Donald Trump's, birthright citizenship executive order. I'm concerned because if they submit an appeal and it goes to the Supreme Court, then what?
Right. Everything is going to end up at the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court is just ruling in his favor. I mean, there's very few things that they're not ruling in his favor, but the things that they are ruling in his favor, the reasoning is very limited. So we are watching slow roll into a fascist country. We are living under a regime
It ain't
that
even
doesn't
slow. This
care.
is high speed. This is high
It is high
velocity.
speed in some ways, but it feels like it just is painful because it's
Normally,
happening.
okay, so normally they drag it on and we believe like, oh, we're winning.
No,
Okay,
no,
the Supreme Court said, fuck y'all. Good luck. We're gonna do whatever daddy tells us.
that's
They say
true.
daddy's home. Isn't that what Republicans told us? Daddy's home.
Yeah,
That's what they
no,
oh they call him
they
daddy.
definitely are. In some ways, I mean, maybe in my mind, it feels like it's slow because it just feels like we are in year six of this shit and not in 6 months. It just feels like this is like the longest 6 months probably of like in forever
Because
since
that's what torture is supposed
1.0.
that's what hell feels like. They say when
Yeah,
you're
we
in
are in hell.
hell,
We are
you're
definitely in hell.
when they say you're in hell, they said time takes forever. And imagine, like, we're doing this for another 3.5 years, you guys. We're not even
How do you
I felt
maintain
that
it?
I felt like Biden's presidency was a blink of the eye for me. I was having a time. I felt so at peace. I could sleep with Sleepy Joe. Oh, take
Yeah,
me back to the
no,
times
yeah,
where I
there's
had
no
something
sleep.
to give to the people, something of
Yeah,
good news, because I'm a problem solver. I like to know that give you information that's gonna better your life, not telling you how you have to survive. Child, we got to bunker down. We just got to make it to midterms. But honestly, I don't even know what that, especially what's going on where they're trying to, gerrymander, redistrict, stuff like that.
right.
I'm
That's the scary
confused.
part. That's
They
the scary
said Trump
part.
promised. He said, "Look, you only got to vote this one time, and you'll never have to vote again." Remember?
Yeah, I know he definitely said it, and people were warning then. We may not ever have a free and fair election again, and they know how to rig the system, right? They know that they have this under their belt. They can. The Texas has the ability to redistrict and gain 5 more seats, 3 more seats. Ohio has a limited amount of seats that they can redistrict. He told them this is what I want y'all to do, and we have Gavin who's like, you know what, screw this. Like I don't even know how he plans to do it because they say he was gonna call like a special session, but last time I checked, California had like a commission, so I don't know how that's gonna work. New York also, when they tried to do the same thing in redistricting 2022, they got stopped. Like we got stopped here in Maryland. We were trying to hopefully get rid of Andy Harris, and they said no. And we had to make one of our districts a little bit more competitive, which is the one out in Western Maryland. So we only have but so many seats that we can also try to gerrymander back. But I think Democrats have to be tougher and say, listen, if you do this, we're gonna do this too. Even if you're bluffing, I don't even care. But you gotta like show some fight. You can't just roll back and be like, okay, they're gonna do it and not say anything. Like there
At
has to
least
be some
act
kind of
angry.
pushback.
At least act mad. Don't be robotic about it. My God, tell me how you really feel. But you know what? This was the perfect segue when you were talking about flipping seats. So, child, we lost one seat because a congressman passed away in Arizona, and this past election just happened yesterday. And, unsurprisingly, his daughter won his seat.
Yeah.
And my girl Deja Fox, she did give up a fight, but there was so much critiques about how she ran her campaign. via social media rather than doing the grassroots movement, making sure that she's talking to the communities that she wants to serve and actually building those types of relationships with the elected leaders there. So, what's your thoughts? Because I know you had a lot to say in the chat.
Honestly, there are certain races that I just do not want to get involved in, and this was one of them, right? Because I figured Adelita was going to win. She had her this was her father's district. It made sense that she was known in the community. She has been around, and so I figured she would likely win. Now, I have a belief that people that are young should run
Hmm.
for offices, right? You have to try. If you don't try, then you will never know, right? So
Hmm.
what I take from this race is that yeah, Deja lost, but she didn't lose. You know what I mean? She lost this
Yeah,
race, but she didn't lose in general. She
yeah.
she went out there. It's a special election. You know there's not going to be like a crazy amount of turnout, and she tried. She's a social media person. I like the way some of the things that, I mean, she did good in the debate, but I think the fact that she kept repeating that one line, about how, the person Adelita had a list, and she had the last name. Like, I don't know that really played well. Like, that was
She
probably
probably
like,
didn't resonate. I feel like she should have stayed more positive because honestly,
right.
she
I
ate.
agree.
Like I said, she ate. Like you said, she ate in those debates. She had the best moments for me personally. I thought she held her own. She stayed, on message. I feel like it's smarter to be more positive without having to attack somebody,
Right.
especially in a primary, especially when you're on literally on the same side. I just don't. I find it very distasteful when other candidates have to resort to smearing somebody else in order to uplift themselves. I feel like
I agree.
I still follow the common Harris approach. It's not about who you beat down, it's how many people you lift up. If you just focus on just making sure that the people are the main focus and the policies surrounding those people and how it's going to make their life better, I feel like that will resonate with voters a whole lot more because a lot of people are tired of seeing like infighting, and I feel like that's where she kind of messed up. We're
Right.
like,
No, I totally
we
agree.
talk about this all the time. We don't like seeing when somebody's getting smeared from another Democrat. It's like you're a Democrat,
Right.
then be a Democrat, be positive. Okay, you don't got to do all of that.
Yeah, and listen, I think sometimes you gotta like run in these races to get name recognition, right? She people know her from social media, but that doesn't mean people on the ground necessarily. Like, she has a very specific audience that watches her videos. I'm not her audience, right? I'm much older than her. I probably have seen maybe a couple. I've seen her ads because she runs a gazillion ads. She was running a gazillion ads on Instagram, right? So I saw her ads. I've met her in person, very nice person, personable,
Yes,
extremely smart, I think, but she hasn't her niche, and who she appeals to is not people that are my age and older, right? So there's a thing where you have a base of people that like to support you, but that doesn't translate into local districts. And I always say that all races are local, right? So you have not she her appeal is broad, and it is throughout the country and just young people, but you have to be able to appeal to the people in your district. And I mean, listen, she got a decent amount of votes.
she
She
did.
didn't,
She
she
did
got like
excellent
20, I
for
think yesterday when I saw it was like 20 something percent the last time I looked.
compared to what she was up against, because, again, she wasn't known, like, locally and stuff like that, especially compared to, her opponent. Um, I felt like she did excellent compared to what Jink Uygur did. My God. Remember when he
Yeah,
ran? John, he got stomped. And it's just another example, and I'm just going to use this example. We all saw with, the legendary primary between Chantel Brown and Nina Turner. Chantel Brown had the connections and locally,
right,
she was in the district and she made those connections. She did the hard work to earn those people's trust for them to vote for her. It didn't matter about your name recognition. It didn't matter about how much funding you had, and she out raised her like 4 times as much,
right.
had just as much ads and national name recognition, been everywhere from pillar to post, CNN, MSNBC, everywhere. Chantel Brown was pretty much just doing all the local work, and she was able to be a congresswoman. She's been there two terms now. So
Yeah.
that just shows that, it for the learning lesson, I feel that she can definitely try to run locally, build those connections, and start with the grassroots movements. And I know that she's going to be able to run again because she has connections with Emerge. Emerge is focused on making sure that women are being elected, up and down, locally, all types, so federally. I love the fact that she has those connections. And I know this is not the end of Deja Farr. She's my
No,
girl.
definitely
And I
not.
gave her money to help run those ads. And it's like you said, it's not about if you strike out or not. It's about how many times you give up. And I honestly know that she's a fighter and she ain't gonna give up. She's gonna keep
Listen, Jim
fighting.
Clapper, I always laugh at Jim Clapper. Is like, listen, I lost 3 times and I still came back and I won. Okay, so you don't give up on yourself, right? You work, you go out and you do the work and you make those connections. And maybe this is not, I don't even know if she necessarily lives in this district or if she just ran in this district. But maybe this is not necessarily where she lands, and maybe there's something else out there for her, and that's okay. She's 25 years old. She's not. It's not like she's
Yeah, right.
she's she's a she's literally the same age as my daughter, right? You know what I mean? Like, so she has a lot. There's a lot of growing pains when you're young. Of course, you think you can conquer it all, and you think you can do so much. I mean, she even in her, I've even seen in her ad, she's like, "Listen, it's a long shot. I don't know if I'm gonna win." She said that. She knew that. She came in disadvantage money wise. She did get help from David Hogg, so that was good in the end. But
Uh,
but let me talk about that because
talk about it because that's where we
because
have to go with it.
yeah, because
I love her, not him.
right, I can separate the two because they are not the same people. And I get it. She took his help because she needed the
She
help.
did. That's
And
fine. I was fine with that. I ain't
and
said
that's fine.
nothing.
I again, this is not a race that I was paying attention to. Some of these smaller districts, you just gotta let it be and let it work out to how it needs to be. And I didn't even realize he had endorsed her until yesterday. Yesterday. Oh, actually, it was in the day where it was when
It was so last
Taven
minute. Like, where was he at when she really needed it early on?
exactly.
He was too busy
When
lying.
Kyvan was did his video, that's what he sent to me, and that's when I realized like, oh, David Hawkins is involved in this race. Like, why is he even involved in this? And then I'm like, then I looked it up last night and I saw that he gave her $150,000 for
Mhm.
ads. Or I should say he gave her. He spent $150,000 on ads for her. But as someone noted in my comments, he started running those ads like last week,
I
which
know.
and like 65% of the people had already voted. Arizona, a lot of people vote by mail. So what hell where like you said, where were you? She's been running for 2 damn months. Damn near. Maybe even
Because
longer
he
than
was
that.
too busy going back and forth with the
There
DNC
you
and
got
too
that
busy
right.
lying on Ken Martin and Malcolm Kenyatta, making this whole thing about him and himself and his inflated ego and his bobbleheaded ass. I'm sick of it. Okay, I am
Does
tired. His
though.
ass look like the bobblehead on the fucking
He really
dashboard.
does. All
I'm
the time.
tired. I am tired of seeing him on my motherfucking timeline. But like I said, I love her. I don't like him. And I can separate the two just like I can separate Mondani from Bernie. Okay. Two different damn people. I don't fuck with it.
Yeah, no, I agree. Listen, sometimes you just
Speaking
gotta
of
separate.
child, I know this was not topic.
What?
What girl? Do
What
you
that he
see
was
all
in.
you see all the shit that's happening? And I'm paying attention and I try my best not to get involved in New York
Mm,
politics.
they mad
But
at
child,
me.
it's a fucking mess. Cuomo running independent. Then you got Eric Adams fighting with Cuomo back to back. And Mondani, he's just getting all the things. You know what I'm saying? Like with
Well,
them two
listen.
fighting each other, it allows Mondani to win. And you
Yeah,
know what?
well,
I'm here
but
for it, bitch.
the thing about that whole race, well, okay, before we go there, I just want to say that a lot of people were comparing the two races last night of Deja Fox and Alita and this and Arizona 7, comparing it to New York. These are
What they
not the
talking
same.
about?
These are not even remotely. New York Times needs to get off their bullshit because these races are not remotely the same. First of all, one is a congressional district, which is a very not it's not small, but it is in Arizona in a swing state. This is a blue district. There were 3 people that were running in this race. 2 were progressives, 1 were moderate. It is not remotely the same as a mayoral race in New York City. And I'm tired of people comparing races or what's going to happen nationally to New York City. New York City is a very specific, has a very specific electorate, and New York City has more DSA people than anywhere else in this country. Okay, so they have people on their city council, they have people in their general assembly. So it is not a surprise that they nominated someone who is DSA. That is not a shock to me because it is something that has they're getting elected, and
Mhm.
people have tried to kick them out their seats. The people that have won in these, in the city council, and they keep losing to them. There are have some people have been replaced, you know what I mean? They lost their, but for the most part, people are getting elected. It's not a
Mhm.
lot. And I'm tired of people saying, like, oh my God, the socialists are gonna take over. The socialists are not going to take over the party.
But
Okay?
it's
There
the
are
perfect
40
place to try,
million.
like I've been saying, New York, based off of the demographic, based off of how much, money they need, especially when it comes to transportation, the cost of living. They do need somebody like a Mom Donnie to be the mayor, so that way it can ease their burdens. I'm all for it. But child, I'm also here for all this motherfucking mess. And you are absolutely right. Eric Adams is something fucking funny. I
He's
never
a
met
whole that
anyone.
is like he is comical. He is like you can literally do like skits off of that
Then
man.
you talking about get these get ready with me type shit is so fucking weird and cringe. I just be like, oh
Everything.
my god, this y'all mayor child.
He has Dominican in his soul. Like there's like so many things that he says that you just are like, how did you even become mayor? Are you even real? Like this cannot be real life. Like you cannot be sitting here being the mayor. But then you have Cuomo, right? And all his hubris, who decided he's gonna come back into this race. And that video was like so low energy. It was to the point of being
Because
pathetic.
he got his ass whooped. Like when you literally were going, you was so arrogant. You had $25 million that you wasted, just wasted, threw it
Just
away.
wasted.
You didn't do anything. You just said, I'm running. Vote for me.
And he thought he was gonna win just off his name ID and did not campaign. He went MIA for like three and
But
a half
does
whole
he
weeks.
not remember the reason why he wound up stepping down as governor? Do you not remember that
He
motherfucker's
doesn't.
last? We
I
never
can't.
got we never got no real fucking answer from you about what really was going down. Everything you just it was just fucking bad. You left with a bad taste in everybody in New York's mouth, and then you want to come back saying, "Hey, I'm back, bitch. Vote for me."
Right. And thought that you was gonna walk in and nothing was gonna happen, as though this young guy wasn't already. First of all, Mondani has been running since October, and he started off. Though nobody knew him out. The first time I saw him was in a video about Kamala Harris losing, and he was on the street talking to people, and that was the first time I ever saw him. That was like November, like the week right after she lost. I want to say November 7th, 8th. He was out on the street talking to people, trying to understand why she lost. And the answers were disturbing. I'm not gonna lie, but somebody had to go ask those damn questions. And I
You
was
got
like, okay. And I was like, all right, cool. I didn't know anything about him. I watched him. I was watching his events. I'm nosy as hell. I was watching all his events, seeing what was going on. And he came back. He started from the bottom and he worked his way to win. I People are mad at me because I'm like, the voters voted for him. In a democracy, the voters have the say in
it.
who is going to be their nominee, and they do that with their votes. Their votes are speak volumes. And I'm not dismissing any of their votes. You cannot like him. You can hate him. You can think he is anti-Semitic. You can think he's a piece of shit for all I care. But at the end of the day, it is the voters that made him the nominee, no one else.
Yeah.
He had, like you said, $25 million going against him, and he defied the odds and still won. And the polls, every poll
By a
had him
good chunk
losing,
too. Oof.
except for one. Oh, Emerson, that's the only one that had him like actually winning. So I understand people are upset about this race, and it's become a national topic. But when I look at it, as we talked about in the beginning, there is so much more happening in this country, and this is one race in one city. And and there's now five candidates in this race. So if Mamdani is not your dude, you don't like him, like I say, you think he's a piece of shit, you hate socialists, you think he's the worst person in the world, and you live in New York, you have the opportunity to support Adams, which I call MAGA Adams.
Mm.
You have that's his name. You have loser Cuomo. You have Curtis with his little red beret, silver, and you have Jim Walden, the person that nobody knows. So you have options on who you can vote for. Will Cuomo and Adams cancel each other out? Probably, because their egos are too big and none of them are going to drop out. Curtis Silva is still getting per polling, getting 58% of Republican votes. He in his mind, he can stay in the race because of that. And Mondani is winning with independents. He's getting 42% of the independent vote, according to that poll. He's now up with Black voters, with Latino voters. He has surged and he has to maintain that, which means he has to continue to do what he's been doing. But I
Mhm.
think people are not at recognizing a simple fact. People think that New York is like some other state where there's like all these independents and all these independents are going to show up in this race and going to, make a difference. There's a one where there's 1 million independents in New York City that are registered. Half of those independents are under the age of 40. That is Mamdani's base. If
Yep.
we're living in reality, that is Mamdani's base. So the odds are that if you get a lot of those kids to show up, young people to show up, he's going to win. I live in reality. I don't live in a space where I think that this person is going to lose. Now, can he lose? Anybody can lose if they don't go
Yeah.
and bust their ass to win. This can happen. Okay, there's no guarantees in politics. You got to go earn your seat. The same way Andrew Cuomo now has to go and earn them damn votes because he fucked up in the primary. He fucked up, period. And
My
people
question
want to
is
be
this:
mad at Mamdani. Be mad at his ass. He fucked up.
so why do you think he wants to run as an independent now that he's already lost the primary and now he wants to run as an independent? Do you feel like he feels like he's beholden to somebody to where he can't just step the fuck aside? Like what's the real agenda that I'm
It's
feeling
his
like?
ego. It's his ego. He has always said, even before, that if he lost, he was going to run on this line
That's
on the
stupid.
bill. And the thing is, it's stupid. And what was said was that
Selfish.
If Mamdani lost, that he may run on the Plan, Working Families Party line, right? So we knew all of this going into this race, that there's a possibility there's going to be all these people. We knew Eric Adams was going to run as an independent. The problem I have with Cuomo is if he had lost by maybe, I don't know, 5%, maybe it was like super close, like how Eric Adams, lost by like, I don't know, 7,000 votes in 2021, maybe he would have a valid claim to be able to run again. But
Mhm.
he lost by like almost, I think it's over 100,000 votes. It's close to 100,000 or over 100,000. I can't remember because they just
I think it
updated
was
it the other
close
day.
to 100,000 or a little bit.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you don't have any claim to this. People rejected you. When you
Yeah.
are a reject. That's how I look at you. You're a reject, and you're coming in and you're going to run in this race. What are you? My thing is, people get mad at me for speaking up, but the truth is, what is he going to do different? What are you going to do
Nothing.
different in this general election? You don't have an
What's
agenda.
he
You
running
don't have
off
no
of
plans.
exactly? Like what's his campaign promise?
He
Do
don't
we
have
know?
one. He doesn't have one. He said he's going to build. Somebody asked me yesterday. I said his agenda is. He's going to build more houses. Okay, where you going to build them? How you going to do it? You're not
How?
telling the shit. Child, I don't know.
Like
He
where
said
their house is going?
apparently this is his plan. He's going to build more houses. He cannot. He's not going to freeze the rent. Which, listen, there's pros and cons to doing that. He's not going to do that. He said he's going to raise the minimum wage to $20. Mondani says he's going to raise it to $30. So you have now like if I'm a
I can
person, I'm
tell
gonna
you
be
right
like, I'm
now.
not.
I love
I'm not doing
Mondani,
it.
but I know that ain't happening. But
Yeah, that ain't happening. Listen, if he gets $2 extra, that's good. That would be good.
hey, a win's a win.
A
But
win's
you
a
know what?
win. But
Shoot for the stars. You know what I'm saying?
but
Don't
here's the
don't
problem.
don't
Here's
get
the thing
30.
with the problem with the left, and they were already beefing with him because I don't think people realize this about Mamdani's campaign. The people that are working on Mamdani's campaign, including Patrick Gaspard, who is a person that has worked in multiple campaigns, including Obama,
Mm.
This person knows the city very well. He's a black man. And he is the driving force, one of the driving forces behind his campaign. The people that are behind the scenes are the people that are running this bitch. And the fact that they hired that person, I don't know, last week, I think his last name is Lerner. He was also somebody who worked with Obama. And these people were pissed off. These leftists were pissed. They're like, "Oh my God, you're working with this person. This person has like experience. He worked with LaFonza Butler. Like
Hmm.
this is somebody who's that they would consider the establishment, right? Guess
Hmm.
what? For Mamdani to win, he needs some establishment people to be able to get the unions. He needs the people to get into these churches. There's a lot of things that need to happen so that he can win. And he has to have establishment. He's not, he's in the Democratic Party, people. Wake the fuck up.
I mean, you need a robust
Sorry.
coalition. That's what you need. A robust coalition
Exactly.
that's inclusive.
Fingers crossed. Hello, Zach. Welcome back.
It's still showing like a weak signal, so it's still weak. But
We
hopefully
tried
it
to
won't
continue the
crash.
show and go through
Well,
all
I'm
of the
sure.
things for you, child. We did what we could.
I'm sure it was a wonderful show. I can't wait to catch it on the replay. I went upstairs. I reset the internet twice to see if it would get a stronger signal through. And then I just breathed, woosad, and said, it's just not my night.
Child, I tried my best to remember the topics at hand that we were supposed to
Hmm.
talk about, child.
We
But
we did.
we were going off the dome, child. Off
Did you
the
guys
dome.
tell everybody that we, Kenny, will be together on tomorrow and the weekend? Everybody, we will be making some good content. So be checking the pages. We have some big content all weekend. We will be together in New York. Kenny and Zach take New York. Tiffany, come on up. We need to find Shantizi.
Yes. I told her that I'm gonna be. I told her I was gonna be in the city, so I'm gonna try my best to see
Oh
my
shit,
sis,
we'll find. Yeah,
my
we'll
good
she.
sis.
Yeah, we'll
But
go to her if we have to. So
low key, we're not just there to party in NYC. We are in work mode. I'm going to be working, working, working like somebody's old horse, and so we'll
Well, while you're
see.
while you're up there, you
My
get to speak
Esterol
because I'll
voice.
be very curious to hear what people are saying about, all the things that are happening in New York, which is what we were talking about
I'm gonna get the
before
inside.
you, Joan. Yeah, you get that inside scoop and you bring that tea to us next week, okay?
I'm gonna get
Let
the
me run
scoop.
into Mama
I'm gonna be
Donnie so I
getting
can
more.
say
I'm
what's
gonna
up.
get a lot of scoop, Tiffany. If there's one thing that I do is that I talk and I network and I get the scoop. So I'm gonna get that. I won't have, yeah. I'm going. We. It should be a productive. It's gonna be a busy weekend, but it should be a very productive weekend. And we'll be producing the content. We can produce some of the content. Some of the stuff is like no content allowed, but I definitely will be getting content. We'll be doing some good collaborations. And then in 2 weeks, Tiffany will be in DC. I'll be in DC with you guys.
Okay.
So I would like for us to maybe try to get together. I'm gonna stay a little extra, like an extra day, maybe two, so we can maybe get some show photos, maybe even film an intro to the show. And I think that we should have like a special show, like a special meeting for look at this muff. Look, do you see how this shit is working fine now with no fucking problems? I hate
Yeah,
the
we
world.
didn't have no comments. We had to wing this bitch, okay? We have no comments. We didn't
I
know
know,
what
and
go
there's
on.
right now everything's fine. But I reset my internet. I literally had it off. The router was off for like 30 minutes, and I said just stop. But then I was like, I was on a 10 to start off because the things weren't working. I'm like, maybe I have like some kind of weird, like so much energy, just said fuck everything because I was like, damn it,
You know,
panicking to get it.
you needed a day of rest because you never stop.
I'm
You're always
very
on.
no, but I'm always gonna work. But I am very perfectionist when it comes to like the lives to this show. Like I want to give everybody like the very best that we can give. I know it's not a great production because we don't have money for that, but I do the best I can. And I put like a lot of time in the clips and finding the right clips and then queuing the shit up and thinking about how to make y'all laugh and how to gag y'all like with something that because you guys are online so much. I have to find stuff that I think that y'all wouldn't have seen so I can get like a funny reaction. So it's yeah, but now everything's
Do
working
you
fine.
have a reaction video for us tonight?
I
You think
did.
you'd
I
be
had a
able to?
good one, but I'm not. I'm afraid to play it because I'm afraid it's gonna crash. I think this is an issue of the internet bandwidth is very low because of the storm, and I think that Comcast may be malfunctioning as a whole, because that was the issue. Comcast got struck by lightning, went out, and it's up, but I feel like maybe it's not operating at full blast because it's been sketchy and out. But so I want to have a special like meeting with everybody. Like, you 161 people are with us right now. I want to have like a special, like, let's all come together, and I want you guys, like, I think we should name the show something different. Now, we've done 15 episodes. I think once we hit like maybe episode 20, 25, let's unveil a new show that's based on the three of us with Tiffany's input. Tiffany is like the girl. We need to make sure the show fits Tiffany. We need to make sure that Tiffany is fully a part of the brand. Maybe we need to go to like one channel, so as people are looking at our metrics, they are seeing the real value of what we do. So right now we have, viewers over three channels, really four. But if we bring it all together, we really can have the power to really go bigger. Everybody's out there talking about, we need a new Joe Rogan. Bitch, we need a new Midas Touch that has Black and brown people. Now, and that's no shade to Midas Touch. I love what they do. But we sure enough would need something that is, for a broader community and for a broader people. And Poetic Justice said, stay hydrated, Zach. How do you know I don't like water and don't drink enough water? That's crazy, but it's true. It's been an issue. For real. Me drinking enough water has been an issue, but I have been forcing it down.
So, like, what do you like to drink? You like sodas or juice?
Kenny, why are you playing games?
Alcohol.
That's not funny. I'm not an alcoholic. I do throughout the day. The problem is I drink coffee all day. I drink about 5 to 6 cups.
You can't do that. That's dehydrating.
That dehydrates you.
And it also makes you not thirsty. Then on the weekend, Kenny, I only drink on the weekend. But I do drink on the weekend. And I'll be drinking in New York. Kenny won't be drinking. He'll be sitting up there drinking damn Sprite.
I will be drinking a virgin daiquiri.
Yeah, he'll be
with an umbrella in it. I don't know. I will see. But he already knows that I'm going to be at my maximum capacity. I promised him one night only. One night only.
Oh, good. Okay.
We'll be out all night, one damn night. You hear it? Okay. And I'm going.
You're going to give us one night, but I'm going to be out. Listen, people, I'm going to be out every night. I'm
talking about one night to where I will let him be able to keep me out as late to the crack ass of dawn, but that's it. And his ass gonna probably stretch it too. Who knows?
What you know that New York is a city that never sleeps. So
and I don't from
after party.
It's gonna be the beginning of literally. I'm gonna be up, ready to go. Like, listen, people don't get it. Like, I'm gonna wake up first, ready to go, ready to work. Let's get all the footage, let's get all the stuff, let's meet all the people. And then I'm gonna be ready to party all night and wake up the next morning and do it again. It's just 3 days. I'm gonna maximize the 3 days, and I will sleep on the plane, and then after work on Monday, because I'm also like not taking a break. I'm gonna like keep working. So yeah, think about that, guys. We'll be coming back, I guess, soon. And so with that being said, I guess that's it. Shit.
That's it. We missed you though. We missed you for that whole 45 minutes.
It was awful. It was awful. We had a great show. But that's okay, because we'll be back next week with an even better show. And hopefully no storms. But you guys do know it's been raining every day in Atlanta with a storm every day for, I think, 60 days.
That's crazy. Same here.
I mean,
yeah, same there too, right?
It's been storming every day. I mean, oh my God, it's been serious. Okay,
and that's because of Joe Biden's weather machine, right? Joe Biden stole the weather machine, according to Marjorie Taylor Greene, and he's pushing that button.
And Joe Biden apparently is Storm from the X-Men. Okay,
get him, Joe. Get him, Joe. Fuck him up. Okay, you fuck him up. I don't mind.
We always end this show on the most craziest things.
We got to end it right.
If Donald Trump can do what he had to do and what he chose to do on that island, then Joe Biden, sure enough, can push that button and fuck us up a little bit over here too. So fine.
Well, can he just give us some goddamn sun? Because I'm tired of this damn rain. That's all I'm saying.
No, I've been loving the rain. You know, I ain't got no heat.
That's too free, but it's humid, Kenny. Come on.
Keep it. Rain on me. What does Shanti say? Rain on me. Rain. Okay.
What is the weather in Delaware? That's the real story.
Oh, it's bad. Just like here. Joe is not at the beach. I can tell you that, because it's been raining and storming and flooding and all kinds of shit. So he's miserable just like the rest of us.
So when I tell you, ain't been no damn storm from no Joe Biden. If you have not had good weather on Rehoboth, then baby, ain't no storm. It ain't got nothing to do with Joe. It ain't know who got to do with God. God and what? Climate change. And with that being said, we will be seeing you soon next week. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.